Common Senpai is so
cool. Josh and autism. A strong bond that most can't separate from each other. When I think of Josh, I immediately think of the many disorders that he has. When I think about mental health, or when I think about a random disorder, Josh pops up right in my head. Many are confident that he has autism without much question. But why? People know about the base layer of autism and the spectrum, and just go off that. Thanks to online memes and jokes, the word has almost lost value. Now, autism affects 3 parts of the brain: social interaction, communication skills, and cognitive function. There are a few things related to autism that does sound like Josh, but in fact are not. They only appear that way if you know, like, the base layer information about autism. Repetitive behaviors is a big one. Repeating the same words over and over and over again, clinking his glass with his ring, muttering under his breath. You can even, like, relate that to, like, the food he eats, because Josh uses the same ingredients, and so on. Restricted interests, his hobbies, the cartoons that he watches, whatever. Like, Josh is very restricted when it comes to hobbies, and when it comes to, like, being creative. It's almost like he hit a wall that he can't pass when it comes to that sort of thing. Self-injury is another one. Whenever he'd, like, spurg rage and hit himself. Most of you know what autism is, so I'm not gonna sit all day and explain it to you. But I wanted to at least get that out there, in comparison to what I'm about to talk about here. Schizotypal personality disorder, or SPD for short. Schizotypal personality disorder. Its widely accepted clarification describes the disorder specifically as a personality disorder characterized by disorder, paranoia, social anxiety, derealization, transient psychosis, and unconventional beliefs. People with this disorder feel pronounced discomfort in forming and maintaining social connections with other people, primarily due to the belief that other people harbor negative thoughts and viewpoints about them. Particular speech mannerisms and socially unaccepted modes of dress are also a characteristic. So, like, whenever he dresses up as a homeless person, basically, with those stupid ass hats. Schizotypal people mainly react oddly in conversations. They don't usually respond, or they talk to themselves. They frequently interpret situations as being strange or having unusual meanings for them. Paranormal and superstitious beliefs are quite common. Schizotypal people usually disagree with the suggestion that their thoughts and behaviors are a quote-unquote disorder, and seek medical attention for depression or anxiety instead. Another interesting fact is that a early upbringing can have a massive impact on this disorder as well. Childhood trauma, early abandonment, All of these things increases the chance of this disorder manifesting. During childhood, people with SPD have seen little emotional expression from their parents. Another possibility is that they were heavily criticized or felt like they were constantly under threat, potentially resulting in the onset of social anxiety and paranoia. Now, this one really caught my eye because I'm a big Papa Nips disliker. Okay, I very much dislike this man. I think that he's a piece of shit. I think, well, to be fair, I think most parents are pieces of shit because I think most people can't properly raise their kids, but that's a whole nother thing. But I've always said that I think that Clint was way too hard on Josh. I don't think that people realize that not everyone responds to the same thing. Not everyone can necessarily respond well to that kind of talk. Lots of people give Clint a break and saying, oh, there's not much that he could have really done or whatever. And at the end of the day, I somewhat agree, but when it comes to that, it's you have to change your whole mindset. And I feel like Clint's mindset wasn't in the right place. I don't think that he really knew what he was doing. I think that Clint would be a decent dad to a normal kid. I'm sure that Clint takes care of his daughters just fine. I just don't think that he's the kind of person that was mentally prepared to deal with someone like Josh, with someone learning disabilities. But anyway, I feel like Clint was way too hard on Josh. I felt like Clint only had one mindset, and that was to make a man out of Josh, or it was to set an example. A lot of the times, from what I've noticed, these kind of parents get scared because they're oh, my child can't survive without me. I'm gonna have to toughen them up and prepare them for the outside world. But in reality, that usually backfires tremendously. But anyway, this backs up my theory on Clint is the main reason on why Josh is the way he is now. Disassociation is also a big part of this disorder. When we think Josh is just quote unquote rebooting and drunkenly trying to remember what he was gonna say, he's most likely actually just disassociating about something inside of his head. I've thought about this too. When he has these delusions that he is a rock star or whatever, it's weird because we as an audience, we perpetuate that idea that he's a rock star because without us he'd be just ranting on alone to his wall, right? But with us, he has hundreds, if not thousands of people that would hop into his live stream and just watch him talk. And I feel doing those live streams, I feel he seems to disassociate a lot more when he has peak viewership, and it's something that I've noticed too. We definitely have a massive, not a massive impact, but we definitely affect him negatively in that regard. But realistically, no one cares enough to actually stop watching. One last thing that caught my eye. Odd and magical thinking is very common among people with SPD. They are more likely to believe in supernatural bullshit. It is common for people with this disorder to experience severe social anxiety and have permanent paranoia. People with this disorder, they may also feel like other people around them are way more competent. These people usually have a lot of insecurities. They usually like let other people do things for them, etc., etc. Strange thinking patterns may be a defense mechanism against these feelings. So whenever Josh goes, I smell good, or like, you know, that chick across the road like yelled out, yo, Gothic King Cobra, that's what's up, or like things like that. Those things are like strange defense mechanisms, like for Josh. I mean, like it's the same way on how like Josh doesn't need a woman, you know, like Josh doesn't need to brush his teeth because he's like a dark lord. Now that I like look at Josh with this perspective, I kind of want to go back and like look at some of the older stuff. Now, I know I'm not the first person to bring this up. I think that Seizure might have brought this up, but like I feel like I'm the first person to like make this sort of video, because like I do think it's an interesting topic that I can like expand upon, because like this basically like this is like Josh like to a T almost. It's actually like almost like baffling on how on point this actually is with him. And plus like this wasn't even my idea, or not idea, but like I didn't even originally say like think this. Just like if you know the very like base layer about autism, like from the internet and like from memes and stuff, Josh kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But if you actually do the research on autism and like other disorders, things like may surprise you. Because like I've always been like, not always, but like recently I've been curious on why most people just say, oh yeah, like he has autism. It's like I look back on it and like I feel dumb for even like going along with it, because like I never really like like a second guessed it, you know, like and it's usually one of those things that you would like second guess about someone, like you usually would, but for some reason like I didn't do that with Josh. But anyway, yeah, so chat, I am like fully convinced that Josh actually isn't autistic, but you can do your own research. I'll put links below to some studies that I've read. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, chat, because like I would actually really want to know on what you guys think.